On now to game 3. This round is against Chris Baker and his mercenaries. A couple of notes about Chris. He is the guy that helped me get into War Machine, and he has placed very, very well in some of the events over the last year. He came first with the Signar a couple of times and has been doing well with mercenaries. He's taken a year off, not playing his favourite faction, Signar, so that he can give everybody else a chance. And this particular game I'm drawn against him. This will be my first tournament game against Chris ever, although my record against him in the last 5 practice games, I managed to win all of them. Nothing should be read into that, though. All of those wins usually were situations where he was playing better and he got into an attrition lead, and I happened to find a way to win thanks to some luck or a good assassination and so on, or a bad matchup for him. So this will be a challenge, but pSeverius against Durgen Madhammer for this game shouldn't be too bad, because I've got Ashes to Ashes to help deal with the Nis Hunters. The feat, if I can get range of Durgen, will be really nasty, and he hasn't got a lot there which can really crack the armor 23 on the Avatar reliably. I mean, he's got a driller there, but the threat range on the Avatar is longer. So, looking forward to seeing how it goes. I have the first turn here. So next photo shows you Chris's army. He's really nicely painted his stuff, all painted by him. He uses his airbrush quite a lot, and very skilled with P3 paints and a lot of the no-quarter painting techniques. On the left you've got the basher, on the right the driller, a couple of gun bunnies in the centre, bearing in mind that one of them is the spray bunny and one of them is the solid shot. He's also got Thor Steinhammer, which I thought was a nice touch, instead of Epic Iris, which is the usual staple of Chris's lists with the solo. But Selena and the Nis Hunters are there, and they'll be very dangerous. Next photo, Chris following up after my turn 1, rushing up with his Nis Hunters, and I want you guys to pay careful attention to the placement of the Nis Hunters at the top left. Chris has actually spaced them apart so that the Nis Hunters around the edges are probably more than 4 inches apart from the middle one, but not more than 5. So my plan here is to actually head up with the Blessing of Vengeance and do a Ashes to Ashes on the middle one, and whatever that comes up in the D6 will be the number around it that is destroyed. And that's exactly what I did. Move the Blessing of Vengeance up, hit the middle one. Chris thought that the spread range of the Ashes to Ashes was 4 inches, when in fact it was 5. So a small mistake on his part would turned out to be a very large mistake, because I then proceeded to roll a 6. Meaning that 7 Nis Hunters were wiped out there, and or was it 6 or whatever it was? Can't quite remember. But Selena herself was destroyed, and it was an epic Ashes bloodbath, so to speak. So next photo, that's where it ended up. Avatar moves forward to the left, Blessings in position, and there are no more Nis Hunters on the left-hand flank, and things looking very bad for Durgen. So going to the next photo after that, what remains of the Nis Hunters moving forward to shoot down all of the choir, which is a really good move. It prevents me from actually getting a lot of leverage on the jacks, which make it a little bit harder for me to kill Durgen outright. Buys him some time to try and assassinate Pseverius somehow, which, not always that hard, because Pseverius being such a wimpy little caster that can't really survive a dedicated onslaught, especially not from a gun as powerful as Durgen's. Next image, Durgen himself actually running around over here, because the Reckoner is actually blocked by a gun bunny at this point. Thor's moved up as well, and Durgen camping focus, running around, and don't quite have what it takes to kill him at this point. Not reliably anyway, because I believe he had some armor camped there. And I may have actually been out of range of the Reckoner with Sevi. Can't quite remember what the situation was, but for some reason just wasn't able to get the Reckoner straight into him. This picture seems to indicate that I was able to do that, but for some reason, I think there's something else in front of the Reckoner that I killed in this turn. Can't quite remember what happened. Next photo, it was Thor basically hanging around over here, so I had to kill both of them in the single activation. Sevi moves up, so he's within 16 inches of Durgen and Feats, just to prevent him from giving out any focus to the jacks and trying to claw his way back into the game. In the meantime, the Blessing heading up over onto that objective, and that zone, rather than killing the last of the Nis Hunters, or at least the last, a couple of them, leaving one left. And in the middle, Avatar just thrashing one of the gun bunnies, and leaving it at that. I've got a mental blank as to what happened in the last turn, but for some reason I felt like I should have done more to the jacks than I did. Anyway, going to the next photo, Durgen runs all the way around here on, I think, one focus. And I think what he did is he moved around at one of these turns and tried to shoot Sevi with just one unboosted shot, and didn't kill him, although he boxed him, took out quite a lot of his boxes. This means that Pseverius is, there's a temptation to charge him, but Pseverius being not that great in combat, or I can just keep running away and wait for the Avatar to come back around. So next image, that's indeed what I decided to do. Camp 6 focus, upkept Iron Defender's Ward. Avatar moved across the here and put down Gaze of Menoth, and the idea here was just to stop Durgen from moving forward and actually shooting Pseverius, and of course he can't really do anything else because he's in combat with the Avatar, so I thought this move would actually keep me completely safe, which is why I didn't try anything else like charging Durgen. I thought this would be a safer way to win. But what ended up happening, if you go to the next photo, is that he used Ground Zero to push the Avatar away, which I thought was quite clever, meaning that he was no longer in combat with the Avatar, so he could now shoot at Sevi, so he fired again to carpet bomb me, doing some more damage, but still not killing me with all that armor camped up. And that meant that I was still alive, so the Avatar, had yet another turn to move around. So if you go to the next photo after that, this is sort of where it ends up. Sevi's run behind a wall, he's camping all but one of his focus. The Reckoner's just polishing off the last of the jacks in the middle, and the Avatar finally rolls enough focus to move around and actually smash Durgen in the face. So a lot of effort for what seemed like a very easy game after that brutal third turn. But turned out to be a bit of a rough one, and I must have misplayed it somewhere in the centre there, because it looked like there was a lot of opportunities to actually just smash Durgen or kill the Jacks or whatever, but at least I got the win at the end of the day. So 3 games up and beaten one of the top seeds already, so definitely feeling good about the Highlander tournament so far. See you guys in round 4.